Today, I'm going to show you guys how you can edit a podcast in Davinci Resolve 20.2.3. Let's get right into the video and let's figure this thing out. So here are all the clips from this podcast. So we got the wide, we got tight, and then we got another tight. We got audio from the recorder. And don't mind this is where all the audio was. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to pile on everything onto a timeline. So you're going to grab the wide, the two tights, and then you're going to grab the two audios. All right, and then next what you're going to do is you're going to align all the clips. So you want all the clips to be aligned, so you want to highlight everything. You're going to right click with everything highlighted, and you're going to go to auto align clips. You're going to go by wave. If you have time code, you could do time code, but I'm going to go by wave, and I do automatic. What this is going to do is going to align all the clips, so it's going to make sure that they all sync with each other. And this is fairly fast, so we got that. All right, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom into the clips here. So I'm gonna find a dead spot. So let's find a spot where all the clips meet. In this case, since we only have 3 clips, it'll be here. So I'm gonna blade this whole thing. So let's blade this, cut it out. All right, so now you hear some of the audio there, and then to make it easier, I'm gonna actually no, we'll do the whole thing. We'll do actually, how long is this podcast? This is about 45 minutes, 23. So let's make it 20 minutes. So I'm gonna cut it here, blade all of this. Essentially what I would do is just blade the ends over here and just kind of find where the ending is and then just cut it there. But I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter so that way it doesn't take as long to process. All right, so now we have everything. We're gonna name this one here. This one's actually gonna, so this timeline actually is gonna disappear once we do the next. You'll see in the next couple steps. So we're gonna create a new timeline. So we're gonna do new timeline, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the 2 audio clips from the speakers. So if you have, let's say, 3 speakers on, so you want to grab those 3, bring those over, and we move them over to this timeline. And I'm just gonna rename this audio. Just so I know, audio. All right, so now we go back to this clip here. So now these should be the same length. So 23, 22, 32, 20. And let me go to the end of here. 22, 32, 20 right here. So you can see here that they're both the same length. All right, so we're gonna go to this one here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on the top here to where it says timeline. So this is timeline 1. So we're gonna take timeline 1 and we're gonna right click on here and we're gonna go convert timeline to multicam clip, and we're gonna use source audio channels. So what that's gonna do is gonna take all of this and it's gonna make one multicam clip. So we're gonna do that. And once you do that, the timeline disappears. So there's no more open timeline for those clips because it converted it into a multi-cam clip. So once you have it into a multi-cam clip, it'll show up back in the bins area. So it is right here, timeline 1. So timeline 1. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a new one. And that's why I'm gonna drop the new timeline 1. So I'm gonna drop the new timeline 1. And then I can rename this one podcast with audio. So this is where we're going to bring the audio over. So first, as you can see, it's one big timeline. All the clips are inside a multi-clip. So what you want to do now is that you want to open up the multi window, which was already open. So you want to open up the multi. You want to switch this over, this viewer, to multicam. So once you have it in multicam, it'll show you everything that's in there. So it's showing you the 3 angles, and then it should show you the different sounds. So we don't really care too much about where the sound is coming from because we already have it in another timeline. So what we're gonna do here, once we have this here, we're gonna click this button right here. You see this right here, AI multicam smart switch. So this is how you can edit podcasts a lot faster with the multicam smart switch. So we're gonna click this here. On this here, it's totally up to you if you want to change some of these settings around. I've kept them the way they are. The only thing I've changed here, instead of it actually detecting the wide, I go on here and instead of automatically detecting wide angle, I picked the wide. So it's video 1. So I'm just gonna do video 1 and make this make the AI work less. So use the wide for intro, outro, yes. And then I want to use the wide as little as possible. If you click medium, then it will switch to the wide more often, and you'll get like long sections with the wide in it. I don't mind it if you want to show if it's like some emotions going on between the two, and it's like, you know, some face expressions that you want to keep on there. But let's do low for right now. So we're gonna do low. I keep everything the same. I don't touch nothing else. So I just pick the wide that I want, which one's the wide angle, and then I switch this to low. Keep everything the same, but again, you can change this if you want. And we're gonna hit analyze. And typically, if you are using, if there's a better option and there's a fast. So if you use fast, this is a MacBook Pro M4 Max. So this is rendering at 81 FPS. If you do better, it goes down to like 44, 45. So it takes a little bit longer. I want to say it takes about double the time to actually render out. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. So we are back. So it just finished up, took about 7 minutes for it to complete, and now we have the timeline all cut up. There's a couple long ones here. Let me see. We're gonna skim through it, see how it feels. Yeah, barely any wides at all. Perfect, exactly how I wanted it. Ends it with the wide. Begins with the wide. All right, let's boost up the audio so we can hear it, and then let's see. So now this is where the audio comes into play. So we go into the other timeline that we created for the audio. We're gonna copy that, and then we're just gonna drop it into the new timeline and disable this audio. And then if you want, you could bring it up. Bring it here. Make sure this is on mono. And change this track to mono also. And this audio was recorded in 32-bit flow. It's pretty low. So I'm gonna boost it up. This is a quick way for you to boost it up and bring it up to normal. So you wanna highlight the clip, right click on it. You're gonna hit normalize audio levels. And you're gonna put true peak. That's the one I found that works the best for me. And I'm gonna put it at 0. Analyze to normal. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. Normalize, true peak, normalize, boom.
Why you wrote the book.
Yeah.
Now you got audio.
So I was a psychotherapist for children for 20 years. And over time, when
You want to honor that.
absolutely, and that's why it's considered to be the terrible twos, because so many kids trap.
Yes.
Yes. And I think that it's easy to do that, right? But ultimately, we're privileged
To tie your shoes.
Yes.
And I
All right, something happened here. Let's see what happened.
telling you my whole life to try
Yeah.
to get it together. So now you
Now
should
it's your
channel
turn.
me and just be like, "Ma." Telling you my whole life to
Yeah,
try.
immediately.
Ah, it scared me there for a minute. So it wasn't pushed all the way back. Yeah, you got to make sure it's pushed all the way back so it
It
lines
was
up.
just such a high correlation. What I was getting in my practice
Scared me
was
for a
an
minute. I thought it didn't go through. But yeah, that's how pretty much how you can edit a podcast in Davinci. And then if you have multiple audio, then you just sync the audios here. You can mute this one, still have it. And then if you want, you can open up the multicam viewer here. And you can actually just cut through your views right here. So like, let's say you wanted this one here to be more of a wide. You can cut it right here. Let's go back to wide.
technology and how it might be affecting
then
kids. There was really no concern.
You
It
want
was
to go
actually
back
being
to the wide.
celebrated.
You can just listen to
But
it like
I was
this. And the cool thing is that you can kind of just like fix the audio on its own, and it doesn't have to be cut up like this and like have those hard cuts in it. And yeah, that's pretty much how you
I
can
have a dry.
quick edit an audio, quick edit a podcast
From my
in
perspective,
Davinci
and-
Resolve.
Thing for her.
And that's it. Let me know if you got some knowledge from this video. Maybe I can make another one on some Davinci stuff I found. Originally,
It a little.
Final Cut user just switched over to Davinci, so I'm finding out all these cool little things that you can do on here that you couldn't do in Final Cut. So I'm super amazed at Davinci. But yeah, let me know.